If you bet this river card and your opponent raises you, you simply have to fold your set. It's extremely unlikely that he could raise you on the river without the straight, especially because you were in the big blind and could easily have the straight here. There's 13,300 in this pot, and your turn bet was 3,500. Now, you don't want to bet less than 3,500, but you don't want to bet much more than that either. If you check the river, your opponent may decide to get aggressive and try to steal the pot away from you with a missed flush draw or something, and he might bet something like 12,000.
The only reason I'm playing this hand is because it's my favorite hand. In the home game, we call it Junebug.
Did you just hear what Rodney had to say? Rodney limped in under the gun with Jack-8 offsuit and said that the only reason he's playing this hand is because in his home game, it's a hand called Junebug or something to that effect. I mean, are you kidding me? You're playing for money here, and you're playing a hand because it's called Junebug and it's your favorite hand? This makes no sense whatsoever. And the problem with making decisions based on stuff like this is that it compounds later. Let's take a look at what he does after the flop. Let's see if he likes that Junebug so much after this. So there we go. It's ace-2-6. Rodney's got absolutely nothing here. He's got the Junebug, I guess you call it.
I could make a bet, see if anybody would raise with an ace.
There. Now, remember we talked about that $2 call, that sloppy call? Well, you see what happened? Rodney's thinking, he wasn't really thinking about what position he's in, what the right play is, who's got to act behind me. He was just basically gambling on a silly hand, and he threw $2 out, which didn't seem all that important. But look at what he's done now. He's locked on to the idea that I've got this favorite hand, and maybe if I bet now because it's my favorite hand, I'm going to win. So he's made a play here that just makes no sense.
Then you're going to learn an advanced mathematical model for the passive-aggressive and the tight-loose. At first, we're going to focus on limit, and then we're going to build on that knowledge for no-limit play. In limit, there are 6 things you must take into account before you play your first 2 cards. I'm going to ask you just for a second to think of what those 6 things are. Okay, you probably got most of them, but here they are. How tight or loose the table is, how passive or aggressive the table is, your card strength, the number of opponents dealt cards, position, and pot size. Each one of these 6 things, these 6 determining factors, these 6 dimensions can be quantified. That is what we can and will use math to take into account every one of these factors. What do we do when faced with a raise or having to cold call 2 bets in limit? We'll cover that. Then we'll move into no limit. And there are 3 more factors that we'll have to take into account. What are those 3 factors? What do you think they are?